Hi guys, thank you for clicking on my video. I'm going to be talking about Margot Robbie and Prince Harry. So I woke up this morning and I saw on a media outlet a story that there was a viral video going around about Margot Robbie giving an acceptance speech and making a dig at Prince Harry and talking about William and Kate's reaction. And then I saw that it was all over TikTok and it had gone viral. So I looked at this article at Newsweek, which is dated dated the 14th of August 2023. So obviously very recent. It was obviously a couple of days ago. And I thought, oh my gosh, so are we at the BAFTAs already? And I thought, well, there's so much Margot Robbie going around at the moment, obviously, because of the Barbie movies. And I was like, oh, what award is she accepting? And I kind of looked into it. And it was a little disappointing, I might say. So this is in reference to something that happened in 2020. I mean, and it's something I knew already. But frankly, I think my memory fails me because I thought it was to do with Brad Pitt and it wasn't to do with Margot Robbie. But it seems as though what's happened is we've got William and Kate at the BAFTAs, and Margot Robbie accepts an award on behalf of Brad Pitt. So Brad Pitt gets awarded, I think, Best Actor in Quentin Tarantino's Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, and he's not there to accept the award. So Margot Robbie goes up and reads out a speech that he's given to her. And at the end of the speech, he makes a dig at Prince Harry. So I'm going to show you a clip.
That he is going to name this Harry because he is really excited about bringing it back to the States with him. His words, not mine, thanks.
Okay, so this video is on TikTok and it's from an account called Princess Middleton. Okay, so obviously you saw the reaction there of William and Catherine, and I think actually quite a good reaction. They had a little bit of a laugh, found it quite funny, they're getting into it, show that they've got a bit of a sense of humor, especially Catherine, she had a little bit of a chuckle. And very, very fun. And obviously the camera obviously went to William and Kate after that. Obviously you would. I mean, what a attention grabbing scene for the BAFTAs. So anyway, obviously this article in Newsweek, which was only written a couple of days ago, I'm not sure why it's now going viral. I really have no idea. So if anyone can help me, that would be great. This is when they were at the BAFTAs. And I recognise that this was an old piece of news because I recognise what Catherine was wearing. So, okay, so it says here, obviously, the star didn't collect the award in person. Instead, he was having his co-star, Margot Robbie, read his acceptance speech for him. And the clip was uploaded on TikTok by user Princess Middleton on August 12th. Robbie's reading the speech, closing joke, was paired with William and Kate's reaction, gaining over 700,000 views on social media platforms so far. And then obviously it says what she says. So the reference to Harry's move abroad was received with a round of laughter from the crowd as the cameras covering the event cut to William, who was BAFTA's president, and Kate. The princess laughed as she turned to her husband and smiled while joining in a round of applause. The clip has received over 69,000 likes and dozens of comments, some praising the royal couple for taking the joke in their stride. Good sports, wrote a TikTok user, with another person commenting, Kate's enjoyment of that did not need to be faked. And then so just to take that on board, I mean, obviously in 2020, that was kind of quite recent to when Harry and Meghan left. So the joke was obviously timed quite well. However, and also I think it's quite cool that someone like Brad Pitt, who is basically at the upper echelons of Hollywood, makes such a joke. However, we're now at 2023, and I really don't know why this joke has resurfaced. I mean, it wasn't that funny that it's going to last 2 years and it can be viral. It's really not that funny. But anyway, so then it says Robbie's nod wasn't the only time that Harry was mentioned at the BAFTA speeches, all jokes. In 2022, host Rebel Wilson made a reference to the royal bombshell interview with Oprah Winfrey, though this time William and Kate were not in attendance. Introducing the outstanding British film category at the Royal Albert Hall in London, Wilson told viewers, and I don't know if you know who Rebel Wilson is, but she's a comedian. So she told viewers, from drama to horror to fantasy, Harry and Meghan's interview with Oprah had it all. Unfortunately, that's not nominated in this category, but some incredible films are. So again, I wouldn't say she's at the upper echelons of Hollywood. I mean, I think she's an Australian native, but she has been in some big films. She is well known. And I have done a previous video where I talk about how she spoke to Andy Cohen on a TV show. And she spoke about how she met Harry and Meghan and how Meghan was not very warm. So she's quite outspoken. She's obviously got her own views. She's not afraid to say what she wants to say, which I respect people in Hollywood and in that, and also people in politics, because it's all very incestuous and everyone's in everyone's pocket, and there's a lot of nepotism and corruption. And I'm a part of the same PR agency as you, so I'm going to put you on the front page of my magazine, or I'm going to praise you and put a positive article on you, and I'm never going to put negative. You know what I mean? It's all so fake. So I get really, I have a lot of respect for people who have a reputation, who have credibility, who have a career and come out and speak and are not afraid to speak about certain very powerful, influential people like Harry and Meghan. So good for them. And so it gives us a more balanced view as well as to the reality, because they're so bent on curating their image and controlling their image, which Meghan is very used to before the royal family. But obviously, once you're in the royal family, you don't really have any control over that. And I think that's what Harry and Meghan didn't like. They didn't like all the negative press and all the negative comments and negative influences. And they wanted to control their image and control their narrative. And that's what she's doing by having Sunshine Sachs and WME, William Morris, whatever his name is, this massive, powerful, the most powerful agent apparently in Hollywood. And it's like, why are you recruiting these people? Like, I thought you were a humanitarian. I thought you wanted to go abroad and be a service and change the world and have your Arch Royal Foundation. And instead you're doing this nonsense, having all these PR agencies and these business agencies and these Hollywood agencies and doing movies apparently and documentaries and this and books and all this nonsense that's got nothing to do with humanitarianism or charity. So it's all to do with money, power, influence, and position. So Rebel Wilson actually talking about the Harry and Meghan Oprah interview in front of obviously such an audience. I just love the fact she says from drama to horror to fantasy. I mean, the word fantasy is just fabulous. So anyway, it says the joke was received tentatively by the audience. See, I think tentatively because there's probably loads of people that are afraid to laugh. So though Wilson later revealed that she had ran her jokes by an unnamed member of the royal family that she's friends with, saying that they actually have a great sense of humour, people think not because of their position, but they like a laugh as well. So that's nice that she's revealing that actually the royal family have a good laugh. So guys, I wanted to also just talk about Margot Robbie again, because she, and there's this article here, it's all the way back in 2016 in the Mirror. She was at a party with Prince Harry, hanging out with royal friends. And what she says in this article, so at the time, obviously, she was 26. And I mean, look how beautiful and gorgeous she is. I think no one can deny that. And I wonder whether at that time, Harry took a bit of a fancy, I don't know. But she says that, she was speaking to an American TV show, Extra, and she's also Australian. She says that Harry is pretty quick on the text, actually, unlike me. I write back 4 days later, sometimes weeks later. And this is a picture of Margot Robbie at a party. And this is obviously Eugenie and obviously Harry. So yet Margot, who has a long-term boyfriend, insists that she and Harry are just friends. It is the second time that she potentially embarrassed him. In June, the actress told how she failed to recognize the role when she partied with him together at Christmas, and instead mistook him for the singer Ed Sheeran. That is so embarrassing for both Harry and both Ed Sheeran. It's so embarrassing. Margot said, everyone now thinks if they come on a night out with me in London, they'll bump into Prince Harry. But I didn't even know who he was. I didn't even know who it was. If I'd had a drink or drinks, I thought I was hanging out with Ed Sheeran. The star has been with assistant director Tom Akari for 3 years, and the pair recently enjoyed a Hawaiian holiday together. And I wanted to show you a quick clip of where she talks about that party, and this is the Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon.
yeah, someone was kind of holding the door, and I was like, oh, can I help you? He had heaps of things in his hands. So I was like, oh, can I help you? And he's like, oh, yeah, thanks. And then I dropped something, and he helped me find it. And then I was like, oh, you're going in here? He's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, cool, me too.
And you found it very polite and very, and you go, that's
Yeah, it's really nice.
Yeah, and then it turns out it's Prince Harry.
Yes.
This is Prince Harry.
Yeah,
This guy. That's Prince Harry. What are you talking about? You don't know who Prince Harry is?
no.
He's the coolest. You go to a party and know it's Prince. I know he's not dressed like Prince Harry.
He's not wearing a crown, though. Like, I don't know it's a prince. Like, it's
like doing an impression of David Letterman or something. I don't know what he's doing. Yeah, but it's very interesting.
Actually, when I saw him in those glasses, I was like, oh my God, I didn't know Ed Sheeran was at the party. And
So that is actually so hilarious that she didn't even recognize him. And I think it's actually quite cool for Harry, actually, that back in the day, he wasn't very entitled, it seemed, and he was quite humble and able to just blend in with the crowd. I wonder, though, because we know that Harry's into his blondes, or was into his blondes. If you look at all the women that he's been with or rumoured to have been with since he lost his virginity, I mean, they've pretty much been on the majority side of as blonde women. So I would not be surprised if he took a fancy to Margot Robbie. So anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it there. So please do subscribe to my channel and let me know what you think about this video. So take care, guys. Bye.